It is very easy to not see the value of us participating in our own advocacy. The fact is that it is the only reason why the model works. When we come to our legislators, whether it's at the state level or at the national level, and we relay our personal stories, it is only then that they understand. Yes, they have spoken already to insurance companies, they have spoken to doctors, they have listened to experts, but it is not until they listen to that mother with a 4-year-old kid who's scared to death about her kid dying because he doesn't have factor. And it is not until they listen to people in our chapters where they explain that it is only because of access to factor that insurance companies get to save a lot of money in us. The fact is that if we do not advocate for ourselves, in all kinds of levels, we have to advocate for ourselves when we go to a hospital, we have to advocate for ourselves when we talk to an insurance company, and we must advocate for ourselves at the state level with our legislators and at the national level. It is only through listening to us that they might change their mind in how they support a program. We recently had an opportunity to go to Washington, D.C. and to advocate in this climate of change in Washington, where our government is looking at the possibility of changes in our insurance. And it was a very important time for us to realize what it is that we're fighting for. We have to have a continued access to factor. If we have lifetime caps, we don't have that. It's very simple to think that if a person has $1 or $2 million in lifetime caps, that should be enough. The fact is that it isn't. Now, will we not have access to factor if that happens? Some people will not. Some people will have to jump through all kinds of hoops. So this pre-existing conditions clause is also as important as lifetime caps. If a person with a bleeding disorder loses their job and they want to get insurance on their own, and there is a pre-existing condition clause, what are they supposed to do? Sit down and die? Live their life in pain for the rest of their lives? End up in a hospital with joint problems and surgery after surgery, thinking that the system saved money because we didn't have pre-existing conditions clause. And the third thing we were advocating for was the essential health benefits, which maybe gets talked about a little bit less in our community, but it is just as crucial. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. This conversation is not over. We have to be part of it. We have to be very active as our own advocates in Texas, in your state, and at the national level. Work with your chapter, work with your HTC. It is so important for the future of ourselves, of our children, and of the community.